2019. Before we moved on forward, I wanted to introduce my company briefly. We are a specialist recruitment and headhunting firm in Mongolia, established back in 2011 with foreign investment. Throughout this 8 years' time, we have grown into the market leader as well as the most established recruitment firm in Mongolia, as well as we have opened up branches in Singapore, Hong Kong, and London as well. In Mongolia, specifically, we represent 150 high-profile clients who are the market leaders, as well as the largest organizations in the Mongolian market. Now, we do specialize in both local and expat recruitment processes, and we strive to deliver the best results on both ends with our clients as well as candidates. Now I'm sure that BYU alumni as well as current students are interested in their future career prospects, probably in Mongolia as well as Asia Pacific region. And we do have, it is with great pride that I will be able to guide you through different opportunities as well as different stages of the recruitment, as a friend, as a consultant, and as a market expert. Now, we have 10 headhunters in Mongolia, 5 over in Southeast Asian market, separated in Singapore and Hong Kong. And all of our consultants are trained thoroughly to deliver the best recruitment experience you can ask for in the market. Now, before we introduce what I have on hand, opportunity-wise, I would like to go briefly through the market information. Now, most of the people think that Mongolia is heavily reluctant on one mega project, that is a Rio Tinto mining project, but there is much more in this market. And lately, the employers have the trend to prefer to hire someone who has graduated overseas and who speaks fluent English, and they have been developing these programs to welcome repats as well as students who has wishes to participate in internships. So it is much more easier in latest years. Now, at Mongolian Talent Network, throughout these 8 years, we have placed over 500 placements in Mongolia, as well as local positions. We have filled 500 positions. And before we continued on our other prospects, now the company has grown into a group format. Now we do services in training, labor hire, and recruitment being dominant. We have a large number of opportunities if one wishes to continue their job hunting with us. Now, this is our client list, few of them. Now, we we work for both our client as well as candidate basis. Therefore, we take the extra measure as well as we go the extra mile to ensure that you are all informed about the processes as well as the market opportunities and market intel if you are away. Now, previously, during the ramp up time per se, it was exactly 2012 and 13. There were large number of incoming students into Mongolia or incoming repatriates from America or Europe at that time. Now the 200 of our local placements are someone who's shifting their geographical locations from first world countries to Mongolia. Therefore, we have the experience as well as intel on how to position yourself or make the shift as smooth as possible. Our labor hire service is basically for our clients to be able to hire through us. And now we offer soft skill and technical training to our clients. Now, one of our placements who joined Tier 1 supplier of OT recently has participated in one of our training because the client asked to, and we offer various soft skill trainings. It is with regards to communication, leadership, and we cooperate with international training organizations on this. Now, since most of our clients, their business language is English, and they would like to, most of the time, they would like to hire someone who speaks English, who has experience in their desired field. But most recently, employers tend to hire someone's personality rather than skills, or someone's attitude rather than their technical knowledge. Therefore, these days the interviews take more behavioral approach. And one of our most established businesses, recruitment businesses, heavily involved with international companies over here in Mongolia. Therefore, it would be the best to know you guys on the event as well as prior to the event, and Anne already has my contact details, and I would be representing my company over at APCC, and I'm looking forward to seeing you over there. Hey guys, are you over there?
Here we are again. We're listening to all the great things that you're saying. Can you hear us?
Yes, I do.
We actually have a question for you. One of the things that you said was about how skills aren't always the most important factor when hiring. You mentioned that personality plays a role. Yeah. Can you explain a little bit more about what types of things maybe a student can work on to develop?
Yes, I've prepared I am in process of preparing a separate document on how to handle interviews. Therefore, I will be able to present it detailed uh, when the time comes. But briefly, just to be brief, employers nowadays employers know what they are hiring. I mean, they would like to understand the person rather than what they can do, because a passionate person brings more impact than a skilled person who knows how to do stuff in one way, but passionate person brings the innovation or the other ways around how things are done. On the other hand, attitude is one of the most important aspects when it comes to recruitment. Therefore, showing positive reactions as well as showing positive mindset towards the job and duties is the key these days. And by positive reactions, I mean it doesn't have to be you're pretending to like it, but moreover, if you are really passionate or if you really do care about the process, it gives the employer the assurance that you will be going the extra mile to achieve your goal.
That's great advice.
And these days, employers are introducing various interview techniques that are more based on personal attributes rather than professional attributes.
That's great.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights. And I think that's definitely useful and great information for those who are interested in your company and for students who are going to prepare for the career conference next March.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Thank you. And I'll be bringing in the document and the research to you guys. As mentioned, we have a training company who has dedicated research team. Therefore, it should be based in Mongolia, Mongolian labor market, and we will conduct series of interviews with our clients before we met in March. Therefore, I will be able to offer real-time opportunities to the students who is participating and who might have been thinking about the career prospects after graduating. Well, that's it at the moment.
That's great. You can go ahead and continue with the rest of your presentation. Thank you for sharing your answer.
All right. Let me share my screen. And therefore, as a recruitment firm who is participating in APCC 2019, I would be representing at least 50 clients or 50 opportunities at that time, because that's our normal workload per week. Therefore, I would be able to offer the students real-time opportunities in Mongolia, as well as in Asia Pacific region. Now, one of the most challenging part one can face during their shift from overseas studies to working in Mongolia is the culture. It has been developing over the years, but there's still some challenges, and it makes the shift a bit harder in some cases. Now, for example, if you've lived in America over 10 years, the expectation, your expectation versus reality over here is a bit different. But in order to make the shift as smooth as possible, we provide detailed information on how things work around here, and how you should handle some of the differences you face every day. Furthermore, we would be representing the largest employers in Mongolia, as well as the most secluded ones that hire very rarely, once in a 2 year or once in a 3 year. That would be the most interesting or most sought after positions we have, because international companies, especially the ones with a few headcounts, do hire rarely, and we are proud to say that we represent most of the international companies or representatives over here who hire for the most interesting, exciting, and the most sought after positions in the market. And the processes tend to go underground, because they won't be announcing their opportunities on their website. They do hire professional recruitment services on the recruitment needs. Going on forward. Oh no. Apologies for the delay. And I'd like to go briefly over our company structure. Now, recruitment and executive search is our main business. I do lead the team over recruitment and executive search, and labor hire services as well. Now, we also have a live map of keeping a close eye on technical talent, which is highly in demand these days. Therefore, if one of your students has an engineering degree and would like to start their journey from a technician, it would be a great opportunity for them. And our training services, this is one of our differentiators in the market, because we do have ICF certified coaches who works closely with our candidates if the need comprises, and they ensure that that our client won't be encountering professional problems, or they will be focused to tackle their problems. And this is our soft skill training client list. And at Mongolian Talent Network, we are proud to offer offer one-stop shop for all their talent needs to our clients. Basically, what we basically saying, what we offer is you can find the right talent through us. You can hire them through us. You can upskill or you can train them through us, and also you can outplace them through us. So it's basically a life cycle of an employer. And this is one of my previous presentations on with students who was studying to become teachers, and it was about market intel. Though it's in Mongolian, then never mind. I think I'm done.
We've got a few questions for you.
Sure.
I noticed one of the things that you shared was about adjusting to life from the United States back to living in Mongolia. Do you want to share a little bit more about your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I could only share an experience because I have handled over 80 people coming from Korea or studies in America to Mongolia, and one of our main duties to manage their expectations. Therefore, we coach them firstly, and we do provide them insights and details on how things are done here. Now, for example, we have placed a senior IT guy from Amazon who has stayed over there for 5 years as CIO at one of the banks here, and the shift wasn't smooth, but we made sure that the lifestyle over there is met over here. Therefore, we have set up the schools for the children, to make sure that they follow their routine basis. And we offered one of the international schools over here, and we assisted through their finding their house, and we have introduced key stakeholders to them and organized the casual meeting with them just to broaden their professional network, and to get an insider or to get information from someone who has already made the shift. It will be in our great interest to hook them up.
That's excellent. What a great benefit. You're really going above and beyond to help people to reconnect. That's a great idea.
Yeah, and we take part in lots of communities over here. Like there's Mongolian American Students Association, British Students Association, lots of alumni, as well as lots of professional networks over here. And we most of them we take lead roles on them. Therefore, we would be able to introduce various communities over there as well.
Yes, actually, I got another question that I want to ask you. So I think there are many Mongolian students who are interested in your organization in BYU-Hawaii, but like, what can they, do you have any advice for them? Like, what can they do to prepare for your open positions?
First, I would love to see how they have done their CVs. Well, I'm sure most undergraduate students won't have experience. That is perfectly understandable. But what makes you a person? What makes you different from another student? Okay, it would be great to see that, and probably I will be able to, or one of my consultants will be able to share an insight or share their advice on their CVs. And we do have we have held CV workshops for students in the past, and therefore it will be great, at least one pager, to see their resumes or CVs. Now, and I would like the students to look into details of CV and resume, and either works for me. But I would like to see your passion, how you see your career, and therefore I might be able to influence your career in a bigger picture. Now, most of the students, I remember myself as a student who was about to graduate in 6 months, and I wasn't set on one thing, on one career path. And if that's the case, please think it through, and our consultants and myself will be able to tell how you should proceed, and tell apart a different opportunity than the other, because at some point it is difficult to differentiate opportunities, both starting from bottom or junior level, but in the long term, a career expert can guide you through different aspects.
That's excellent. What are you most excited about as far as coming for APCC 2019? Tell us what part of the conference are you most excited
I heard that the Mongolian community over there is very strong and very tight. And I am looking forward to to meet the Mongolian community and offer positions. Maybe they would be finishing school by June, and I will be able to find them a role who can start in June as well.
Excellent. I bet they're as excited as you are about that.
Yeah, and it will be very viable because our clients work exclusively on exclusive basis with us. Therefore, maybe I can get an interview for them while I'm there.
Definitely, we can set up some time for you to interview students. That would be great. And just so you know, we have a preparation program going on right now on campus for students, a 3-step process for them to prepare for the conference. So one is to register for the conference. The second would be to have a really awesome resume. And the third is for them to create what we call an elevator speech, or like a power statement, a little introduction. So when they go to the career fair, when they meet you on campus, they'll have prepared some thoughts about what they want to say. Like you mentioned, some of the skills that they have, as well as the passion that they have for what they want to be doing with their future. So we hope with that preparation, they'll be ready to meet you with confidence and to share their messages with you as well. Thank you so much for meeting with us. I know it's your Saturday. I think I've actually been in that coffee shop that you're in. What is it called?
Tom and Tom's.
What's it called?
Tom and Tom's.
Oh, yeah.
It's in southern part of the city.
By Shangri-La?
No,
No.
way further.
Way farther. So close. Just when I thought I remembered something.
It's a coffee chain, so
yeah, there's a lot of them. Yeah.
There's a lot of them. And on another note, I would like to thank you all for being able to speak. And I know it's Friday, and I'm sure you have better things to do. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in March. And I will be traveling with my wife, and she will be spending most of the time with her friend in Honolulu.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we look forward to seeing you in March.
All right. See you in March.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.